What's going on, everybody?
Told you I'm international.
Love real good. Love real good.
Listen, let's jump right on into it. We're talking about how to build more confidence, okay? This I feel like can be like a 3 or 4 or 50-part series. But at the end of the day, I'm gonna just give you the best of what I have, and hopefully that will help you with building your confidence. And this isn't any light, really, it is. It came to me, confidence, when, you know, I was always an extroverted person, and I did not know that for the longest time. I think I discovered that as soon as I remember my last year of high school, my senior high school, when I put on the first Larry Jr. show. Whoop, whoop, everybody was there, hey. If you were there, I would love to see in the comments what were some of the things that you remember. But at the end of the day, at that point, it was a very pivotal moment for me because I had to build so much confidence to put on my own talk show. But prior to that, when I was back in Ohio, I used to sing in a choir. I was a choir boy, okay? And I started singing maybe when I was like maybe 9, 10, 11, one of those. And you know, at that time I had a lighter voice, and I still got a pretty light voice, and I could do soprano, right? And everybody thought that was the coolest thing, and so I always sung to the point where I became the lead singer of our choir. Now this wasn't no humongous church or anything like that, but it was cool to be 11 and the lead singer of your choir every Sunday, and it was really, really awesome. And so I did not know that I was planting the seed of confidence at that particular time, because you're a kid, you just get up there and do it. Now, of course, there are some kids who would never get up there and do that, but I just grew a love for singing, you know. And but I was planting the build of confidence, but I didn't know I had confidence, you know. And I know that might seem weird. You think, oh, if you grab a mic, you get up there, you know you got confidence, but sometimes you don't even know that. So my faith and my confidence was tested when I had to put on my first talk show ever. And so I discovered I wanted to become a talk show host in my 11th grade year of high school. And my aunt has always encouraged me, my aunt slash mom, she's my mom now. But you know, my aunt always encouraged me to always do my own thing. Anything I wanted to do, if I wanted to start a club in high school or whatever, you know, or sorry, vice versa. If I wanted to join a club in high school or something like that, she'd be like, hey, you gotta start your own club first. Or, you know, if I wanted to do this, she'd be like, you gotta create your own thing first. And so when I presented to her, hey, my dream is to become a talk show host, she was like, hey, why don't you go ahead and create your own talk show? And I'm like, how do you do that, right? So I did my research, I watched talk shows like every single day. I studied like when the commercial was supposed to happen and all this type of stuff, you know, and you know, I was in 12th grade at the time, but at the end of the day, I studied it, and it got to a point where I started getting sponsors for food and for furniture, for the, you know, for the set show and all this type of stuff. But that moment of confidence really did not kick in for me realizing it until I had to grace that stage. And you know, if you're ever new at doing any type of performances, you always want to see how many people are in the crowd. I don't care if I stand up, like I do stand up, if you're in a play or you know, singing, whatever. If you're new to it, even if you're not new to it, you still kind of want to be like, how many people out there, right? You peek out, you know. But for some reason, I did not want to know how many people were out there. And I mean, I wanted to, sorry, but I didn't peek to see, right? And so, but I hear people talking, and you know, a group of 10 people can sound like 100 people if they having a real good conversation, you know. So I didn't know how many people were out there. I knew there was like 300 seats out there, I think, but I didn't know. And everybody was like, hey man, we got a good audience and this and that and the other. I still speculating, right? Next thing you know, the choir behind me, I had orchestrated that they would sing Larry, Larry, and then the drum do 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 Larry, Larry. Like it was live, baby, and I'm backstage, you know, just jamming out like, yeah, they saying my name, you know, like I'm having fun, right? And next thing you know, that curtain opens. And as a performer, I don't know if you know, but like sometimes when the lights are hitting so hard, you cannot see the audience. And so I couldn't see, but I could see people here and I could see people all the way in the back. So that meant it was a packed out house. And in that moment, confidence was just, and I from that moment on, I had confidence in everything I've done. Now, have I had low confidence sometimes? Yeah, of course, that comes and goes, but I had confidence. Now, for you, might be a little bit different, right? At the end of the day, confidence is all about knowing that you are capable of performing the best at whatever task you're given. That's all it's about. So if you got a math equation on the board, I don't know why I'm talking about math because I'm not good at math at all, but if you got a math equation on the board and you've studied this thing, right? And you've worked your hardest to get everything right, and then in that moment when the teacher calls you and says, hey, come up to the board and answer this problem, you are to get into the space of where you knew that you've done everything you can to answer those questions or to study that subject or to perform the way you need to perform in this and that and the other. And you just live in that. I think it can be that simple. Just live in your preparation. And as you live in your preparation, that math equation is going to be solved. Your song that you're going to sing to that audience is going to sound great. Your paper that you write for your professor is going to be good because you are living in preparation, even in that moment of performing. And at the end of the day, if you don't live in preparation and you just allow everything that you've worked so hard to just go back to the back of the, then now you are working and being not confident, right? Because you have nothing to go off of. You're nervous. You let it overcome you. But let me tell you something. What happens when you work, say for instance you got, some of you guys watching got kids, hey kids, if they're watching. And say for instance you're going to school and you got a big paper to write. And there's no emergency, but your kid is like, hey mom or hey dad, mom, dad, look at me. And you're trying to write that paper. Mom, dad, look at me. In that moment, if there's no innate emergency and you fed them and they good, you might be like, get out my face. Go on somewhere. Go on to the other side because I'm trying to do my paper, right? But guess what you were working in? You were working in preparation. And you didn't let nobody in that moment mess that up, right? So why in the moments when we have to perform or in the moments when we have to present or in the moments where we just have to be there for ourselves, do we not work in that space of ain't nobody gonna mess up my preparedness? I'm prepared for this. My confidence grew so much when that curtain opened for my first talk show because I have prepared for this. I worked in preparation. I did some things on that stage that I never thought I could do. I didn't know that I was a stand-up comedian at the time. I just was performing a monologue like Ellen did. But here we are, years later, and here I am performing at comedy clubs and doing pretty well. And at the end of the day, I did not know I could walk into that. So you see how me working in my preparation allowed me to discover new things, allowed people to believe in my dream, allowed me to get into certain spaces, allowed me to walk into certain gates, allowed me to be confident enough to build this video for you to learn how to be confident. Think about that. Think about how many people you are going to inspire. Think how you're going to inspire yourself. Think about all the things and new heights that you are going to be able to go to. It took confidence to make my hair look like this, okay? It took confidence. It takes confidence to do everything, but work in preparation. Now, are there going to be times where preparation is not there? Absolutely. There have been times that I've been called on stage, did not know that I was going to be called on stage. There have been times I've been asked to sing, did not know I was going to be asked to sing. But at the end of the day, I had always prepared for the things that I needed to be prepared for. So why can't I be prepared for something that I was unprepared for? You just tap right back into the preparation that you've always done. And you're going to be great. No matter what people say, no matter the looks that you get in your face, from other people, you worked in confidence. And as you continue to do that, there's almost nothing that can knock you down, including yourself, because sometimes we can be our biggest blockage, and that's another video. So at the end of the day, I hope you were encouraged. Please like and subscribe. Let me know what you thought about the video. I would love to hear from you. If there's anything you need to be encouraged on, please let me know. I would love to make a video about it. And also, listen. Let me know what needs to happen on this channel. Let me know if things can get better. Or, things are always going to get better. But at the end of the day, if there's something innately you're saying like, hey Larry, maybe this, maybe that, let me know. I want to grow. I want to become better at my craft. And it only happens to the people who are interested in the stuff that I'm watching. So, thank you so much. I love you so much. Be encouraged so much this week. And here it comes.